Hi viewers, thank you. We are glad to come back again with an interesting topic to discuss today. We're going to be talking about the causes of land dispute in Nigeria. Now, why do we want to discuss causes of land dispute to you? So that you will understand, so that you will know the probable causes of land dispute, and while acquiring your land, you will take note of these causes so that you will not fall victim of any of them. I remain Ishaku Joseph Shirma, your favorite online lawyer. In case this is your first time of seeing our video, kindly do well to subscribe to our channel, hit the notification button, do well to share to others so that they can see this and learn. Now, in Nigeria and our Nigerian courts today, and even other countries of the world, there are a lot of land cases every day coming into the court. And these cases are caused either by negligence, dubious people, or so many other factors that results into dispute on land. Today we are going to point out about 4 causes of land dispute which you need to take care of, you need to take note of any time you want to buy a property, whether just a land, a developed property, or any form of property in Nigeria. Now, one of the major causes is the action and attitude of dubious vendors and land agents. Yes, you heard me well. Dubious vendors and land agents. These people cause a lot of trouble to unsuspecting buyers. How do they perpetrate these activities? One of the ways they perpetrate these activities is selling the same plot of land to multiple people. They sell this plot of land to A, sell the same plot to B, sell the same plot to C. Sometimes we can see that there is obvious negligence on the part of the buyer. Possibly there was not so much due diligence to dig into the history of the land, to go to appropriate land registry, land authorities to conduct your search, to take your search around the area and all of that. You need to conduct due diligence on any property you want to buy, because there are a lot of people out there, vendors, agents, a lot of them put unsuspecting buyers into trouble. You buy a land, you think all is done, and then tomorrow you get to the land, it's either somebody is already on the land, somebody comes up to say you're encroaching into his land, and other things like that. Another instance where they perpetrate this is they sell out a land belonging to someone without the person's consent or authority. So you may be buying a land from somebody who does not have any title to the land. How they get documents to present to you is entirely another discussion of its own. But we want you to know that dubious vendors and land agents perpetrate these two evils: selling the same plot to multiple people, selling a land that does not belong to them. How can you avoid buying a land from somebody who is selling a land that does not belong to him? We'll take a time to do another video to guide you on that, so that you will understand the step-by-step due diligence you need to do if you want to buy a land in Nigeria. Another cause of land dispute is encroachment, otherwise known as trespass. Because of our greed and wickedness, a lot of times somebody will buy a land knowing well that my land stopped at point A, but while trying to fence the land, they deliberately move a step further, either inches, feet, or the rest, and encroach into another person's land. Sometimes it's deliberate, sometimes it's because there was no use of a professional surveyor that was able to take the clear demarcation and points of the land. So the person just goes in, encroach, and then before you know, someone comes up to say your fence is already in my land. This is a very common case in Nigeria, very common in Abuja. Trespass to land, somebody encroaching into your land. You bought a land, the size on the paper is let's say 1,000 square meters, and when you get there, you get only about 700 or 800 and something square meters. Possibly your neighbor on the left or the right have already encroached into the land, which is a trespass. Now this is always in the court. This is my land, and that. Do well to make sure you have a surveyor. Anytime you are buying your land, you need the service of a lawyer, you need the service of a surveyor. Registered surveyor, not roadside surveyor. Sometimes we avoid cost implication while buying the land, but most times when trouble arose out of that transaction, you end up spending much more than what you would have spent earlier. Take example for me. If you go and buy a land that is a trouble or whatever, and you come to me, at that time I know you are desperate. Yes, so as a lawyer, I will give you the fee that befits your desperation. Yes, on a lighter note. But please, make sure you engage the service of a lawyer, you engage the service of a registered surveyor to get the stages, to get the mark and the size of your land when you are buying your land. Another thing is compulsory land acquisition by the government. Most times it's either proper procedure of acquisition was not followed, or one way or the other, people whose lands are acquired become aggrieved, and you see a lot of land litigation against the government. In another instance is that people who know, dubious people again, who are aware that government have acquired their land, before government moves into development, they still sell out those lands to other people. So you have a lot of problems like this. When buying a land, make sure part of your due diligence is to be sure that government is not a property that has been acquired by government, is not a property that is undergoing acquisition, and be sure that the person selling to you has the title to sell, has the capacity to sell to you. Lastly but not the least, family land. It's very common in Nigeria. You go to a lot of communities, land belongs to families, and then you sit and you buy the land thinking all is done. Another person will come up, I'm not aware when ABC sold the land, I am the right person to be consulted for the purchase of this land. Or while some segment of the family are selling to A, another are selling to B. In another place, somebody is even selling to C. So you need a lot of work when you are buying a family land. Make sure the family is in consensus. Make sure you have a document that all the family members have signed. Make sure the head of the family is duly represented. Make sure everybody is carried along. The failure and the suffering will be on your part. So please take your time. Don't be in a rush. Don't be rushed into buying a property. Don't assume you know it all. Engage the service of professionals. Engage the service of experts. Nothing is too much in securing your land. So please make sure you look into this, because land has been a serious issue in Nigeria. Everybody wants to acquire a land, and as such, everybody is pursuing land in one way or the other. Please, we hope that this video has taught you something so that you will not be a victim of any of these causes. We see you next in our video, and we'll teach you what steps you need to take to ensure that you are fully protected in all your land transactions. Thank you. We'll see you in our next video.